there. How is everybody tonight? We are live, and I am standing at Tactical, um, and we got stuff. We got stuff going on tonight. There's stuff going on tonight here at the bridge of the USS Mavis. That's not what it's called. I mean, it's not the Mavis, it's Mavis. So, um, but we do have some things to do tonight. So, um, we have a few things to talk about, like it says in the description. Um, oh, shoot. And I'm frozen. There we go. Sorry. Sometimes the subspace anomaly creates weird distortions. So I might not be able to share my screen or have things pop up on the screen over there, but that's okay. We got stuff to talk about. First off, how was everybody's weekend? Was everybody's weekend productive? Did you enjoy yourself? Did anybody go to Star Trek Las Vegas? 'Cause I know that's going on right now. Fun time for people who are out there doing things and being out there with other people. I personally would. Oh, yeah, I know, Kuibo. I know you didn't go anywhere. That question was for people who do go out and do things, not necessarily you, because even though you're my boy, that's my boy right there. But we have things going on tonight. First off, first order of business. The first order of business is that. Sorry, I gotta set my stuff down. We have over here at the Night Trek, we are working on an edited video, a not scheduled, but like a video that is about the new War of the Worlds movie that came out. It stars Ice Cube and what's her name? I always want to say Sofia Vergara or Sofia Loren, but that's not her name. It's Eva Longoria. It's the same basic premise, though. I think I don't know if she's Mexican or if she's some other form of Hispanic, but she's a beautiful woman, and she was terrible in that. But also there's a few other actors that are recognizable, but I do not know their names right now, so we're not going to worry about those. But for the most part, we got that to talk about. Strange New Worlds, Episode 2. Season 1, Episode 2. I haven't gotten to the third season yet because, like I said, I wanted to give the show its due, not due process, but like its own, like, due chance before I go, oh, this is crap, or this is not crap. So, really, it is, it's not going to be like I'm just going to poo-poo the show. But I will be critical of it because it's not like, I don't know, like, I will get into it. We'll get into it. Don't worry. But hopefully if I do this a lot, never mind. I was going to go with a joke I was going to go for a joke, but it just wasn't coming to me, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let us get into which one should we do? Should we do Strange New Worlds review, or should we do kind of a little bit of a breakdown of the War of the Worlds? Pop your answers in the chat, if you don't mind. Look at that. The subspace distortion is just making me disappear all crazy. Look at that. Ah, it's crazy. Um, how about since this is a Star Trek? Yeah, I was gonna say because this is a Star Trek channel. Thank you, Koibo. Because this is a Star Trek themed show, let's start off with Strange New Worlds. So in the last episode, or well, I should say the first episode of Strange New Worlds, Uno Momento. Sorry, there's just no airflow on the bridge. Like, you'd think that up in the ceiling we'd have like vents or something, or like here on the panel we'd have like air shooting up because these uniforms, they're not thin. They're not thin, and they're breathable, but not as breathable as you'd think. So I do have a fan set up. I brought my own fan from my quarters, and I brought it up here. So it's just a funny little thing that happens every once in a while. But shouldn't complain. I went through 4 years of Starfleet just to be put somewhere, and thankfully was assigned to this here ship. And we're doing the thing. So anyway, in the previous first episode of Strange New Worlds, Pike, he rescued his first officer, Una Chin Riley. We met most of the characters. We got to know Spock. We got to kind of figure out their dynamic a little bit. And it wasn't a bad episode. It was serviceable. It felt Star Trek-y, for sure. There was a couple of things I didn't like, but for the most part, it did a really good job of feeling like Star Trek. It also actually, like I said in my previous episode of reviewing that show, that it felt almost like an Orville episode, which the Orville is really good. If you've never watched it, you should definitely watch it. I certainly hope they bring that show back for another season. I hope it just keeps going and spawns its own type of Star Trek fan club that that would be really, really helpful to everything. I may lose picture, just FYI. We're having some connectivity issues. What do you call it? The subspace anomaly is just, it's really doing some, it's just being a jerk. Like, it's not really helping us right now. So we might have to go with just a picture, just my avatar like this, Wachaka, like that. But for as long as we can, we're going to keep our image up. Anyway, so at the end of the last episode, they doubled down on sticking to the Prime Directive and not interfering with another planet's development. And Pike kind of has a new lease on life because in a previous episode, he saw his future as the man in the wheelchair, where he's all like, well, I will never forget my time on what was that planet? I can't remember the planet they went to. The planet that he the planet he went to in the pilot for the very first Star Trek episode ever. But whatever that is, I can't remember. So, episode Dos. We start off. This is an Uhura episode. Kind of lets that actor shine a little bit. She's she is allowed to basically go on her first away mission. And the Enterprise is currently observing an asteroid or a comet of some sort. That is, they think it's going to fly past this planet, and this planet is a low, um, oh, it's a desolate planet, but it's like they don't have any level of technology just yet. They're kind of still not cave people, but they're fairly primitive still. So the prime directive still stands. They can't go down there and talk to them and be like, "Hey guys, there's a comet up here. You want to check it out with us?" Or they can't contact them at all. So um, they're monitoring that, but they're um, the crew of the Enterprise has been invited by Captain Pike to his quarters so that they could all kind of get to know each other a little bit and have like a little powwow where they're talking to each other. And Uhura gets hazed by oh, what's her name? She gets hazed by Ortegas, which the actress for Ortegas, she's she's fine, but she always has this cocky grin on her face, like she's like, oh, I'm here to, ugh, I don't know, like she's it's almost like she's very I can't even think of the word, like she's just very, she's just got this cocky grin on her face all the time, like I don't know, it reminds me of like the way Sean Penn acted in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, like where he's always like, "Hey, I'm cool," like he's some cool surfer dude. Which I know in that movie he kind of he was like a druggy smoker guy or whatever. But like, um, I don't know. It just she's got this grin on her face all the time, like she's the I'm the best. I don't know. Anyway, um, she hazes Uhura by telling her that they all have to be in dress uniform. And it's funny because the dress uniform that Uhura is wearing looks like something that they would wear in like the Picard era. It doesn't look like the dress uniforms that they have in the original Star Treks, which I know that in the original Star Trek they were basically just wearing a shirt, but uh, their dress uniforms they actually looked similar to this right here, where it like comes over here. They have all their medals, and it's a little bit more dressy, obviously. In the Next Generation, they also have something that's similar, where it comes down like this. It's a little bit longer, goes down to like their mid thigh. Um, got some gold on it, and that's similar to what she has on, but it's not. It just looks too futuristic for the time it's supposed to be set in. Which, whatever, it's a choice. Anyway, Uhura's like, "Oh, I thought you said dress uniform," because Ortegas is just wearing like her casual. She's got like a pair of khakis on, like a shirt that shows part of her belly, and basically it's supposed to be like a casual thing apparently. And she tricked Uhura. Oh, that Ortegas. She tricked Uhura into wearing her dress uniform. And it's like, okay, whatever. So they go to Pike's quarters. Door opens up, and Pike's like, "Oh, the hazing ritual where we tell someone to wear their dress uniform when it's really not dress uniform time. Oh, what? Get your guys' butts in here." It's like, okay, whatever. So Uhura walks in, and like I said, she's kind of our POV character of the episode, and she sees, oh, what's his name? The guy, um, it's Bruce Horak. He's playing, um, oh, I don't know his character. Oh, Hemmer. His name is Hemmer, and he's a what species is he? Hammer. He is an Aenar, an Aenar, and they're an albino subspecies of the Andorians, and they're usually depicted as blind. Um, la, 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 la. So he's playing the first legally blind character in Star Trek or something, which, like, I don't know if, I don't know if that whole species is blind, but like, he makes a joke. Oh, it's not really a joke. He makes a comment that like all his other senses not only like make up for it, but it's basically like he's not blind. Essentially, he just I guess can't use his eyes because they're like white or whatever. Like Spock throws something to him, and he like catches it, and he's like, "Oh, you telepathically transmitted what your actions were going to be," and Spock was like, "That was my intention, Hammer." Silly. I don't know. Anyway, he's kind of a jerk to her. Um, and she's like, "Oh, do you need help with that? Because you're blind and I can see." And he's like, "I am not blind. Leave me alone. This isn't a disability." It's like, in the future, there wouldn't be like super disabilities, you know? Like, if your arm got chopped off and they couldn't find it and put it back on, you'd get a robot arm. If you were blind, you'd either wear something like, to help you see, or you would have a visor like Geordi LaForge. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't wear something. I mean, unless he just was like, I don't need that because I have like slight telepathy and, I'm actually quite sighted without my eyes or something. I don't know. It's just a silly choice because he's like chopping vegetables with a knife, a sharp knife. It's like, can you telepathically sense how close the blade is to your fingers? Or do you just like go, ow, okay, I was too close to my fingers there. Ow, okay, yeah, I need to keep my fingers away from these carrots. I don't know. It is what it is. So during their conversation around dinner, Pike asks Uhura basically like, what do you plan to do? Because she's still a cadet, mind you. She's serving on board the Enterprise as like, it's like her first mission where she's getting like on the job training for whatever. And even though she does communications, like she's not really decided what she wants to do within Starfleet, And so he asks her basically, so what do you want to do? And she's like, what do I want to do when I grow up? It's like, no, Marvel humor. He's just asking like, so what would you like to do within Starfleet? Because right now you're doing XYZ. And she basically says that she can speak. He says, is it true you can speak 12 languages? And she's like, actually, it's 22. Or she says, it's actually 32. And it's like, oh, okay. She says that she can speak 22 languages within her own, like, where she was from. Because she's from Kenya, I think. She says, I can speak the 22 dialects, languages, or whatever, of where she's from, plus, like, 12 more of, like, alien languages and stuff. So he's like, okay, well, you'll be a valuable asset on our next away mission. Because you'll get some more on-the-job training, essentially. So, Pike kind of seems like he's, I don't know, not bothered for asking her that, but like, his first officer, she's like, later she's like, so, is there something wrong with you asking that to her? Because I've heard you ask that of cadets before, and like, you didn't never act that kind of upset by it. And he's like, well, I'm worried about my own future, and I'm trying to come to terms with it, and I don't know. It was kind of a pointless thing that she brings up to him. Which leads me to think that, like, Rebecca Romaine, she's a weird casting choice for this, because, like, she's really not that good of an actress in this. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I mean, I'll give her a chance, but whatever. Anyway, so long story short, they essentially discover that the comet that they're researching is actually going to slam into the planet. They've projected its course, and they're like, oh crap, yeah, it's definitely going to hit the planet and like kill everybody on the planet. So like, we need to do something without contacting them because of the Prime Directive. So we'll shoot some torpedoes at it that will embed themselves in it, and we can like push it out of the way. Cool beans. So they shoot like 4 or 5 different torpedoes at it, and like a barrier goes up around it, almost like a shield. Shields were raised, and they're like, "Hmm, that's a little strange. Hey, Uhura, um, what's her name? La'an and Spock, you guys go down to the planet and see what's going on down there because we can check our sensors, and it's like, okay, we can transport down, but if we shoot anything at it, it's going to raise the shield. So go down there, see what it's all about. So Uhura and the team, they transport down, and oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, in the last episode they introduce Kirk, but not James T. Kirk. It's his daddy, Sam Kirk, and he's a xenobiologist. So he's like, well, if there's aliens on this comet of some sort, um, I'll go down there and we'll try to, I don't know, talk to him or something, and Uhura can translate. Like, okay, cool. So he goes down with him as well. Well, they go down. They see this like egg thing. It's covered in symbols, and they're like, "Hey, Uhura, why don't you get to work, like translating this?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm out of my depth. Oh no, what do I do?" It's like, this is your job. You've been through, at least a few years of training. Like, you shouldn't be this nervous about basically doing the one thing that you're good at. But she's all like, "Oh, I'm just a cadet. I don't know why I'm doing this," because she doesn't have hair. She's bald. Well, she's got like really short hair, and it's like, okay. But anyway, my whole point is she's super nervous about doing the one thing that she's really good at, which, okay, I guess. I guess this is her hero's journey where she's like rejecting the call to action. So, whatever. Kirk, Sam Kirk, I guess following in the footsteps of, or following in the future footsteps of his son, is like, oh, I'm going to walk up close to this thing and be like, oh, I'm going to touch it. And he steps on this little platform and he gets like zapped by some energy of some sort. And it shoots him way back and he's out on the ground. They stabilize him, they keep him sedated, but he's out for the rest of the episode. He's just kind of, he just lays there. And so they're like, well, Uhura, Cadet Uhura, you are our only hope now, because if you can get us out of this mess, it would be nice if you could do that. So she's like, oh no, now I've got to do the one thing I'm good at, and I'm under duress. It's like, okay, well, I guess I just feel like somebody who's trained enough to operate the difficult to, or not difficult, but like the complex things on a starship. Like, you would, if you're good at xenobiology, or not xenobiology, but like the xenolinguistics, I feel like you'd be like, good at your job, and not like, you'd be nervous, but you wouldn't be like, oh, you want me to do what now? It's like, okay, whatever. So anyway, I see we've got a couple people watching other than Koibo. So if you guys would like to give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. If not, it's cool. But we're talking about Strange New Worlds episode 2 of season 1. So, but I thank you all for watching if you are. So, anyway, back on the Enterprise, a ship appears in front of the Enterprise, and Ortegas is like, "Whoa, there's a ship in front of us, Captain." And she makes that silly face, and he's like, did I do that? And he kind of makes a quip about it. It's like, I don't know why he acts so aloof. It's like, you're the captain, my man. Act a little bit more in charge. But anyway, so he's like, hey guys, what is going on? And turns out that they call themselves the Shepherds, and they see these planets, not planets, they see these comets as not gods, but they're like the ones who are, let's see, I think they call them, they escort the comets around, and they believe. Oh, that's what it is. They believe that the comets are beings, and this one is called Manit or Mahanit or something, and it's like an ancient arbiter of life, which is an interesting concept. Um, and basically, they think that interfering with these comets would actually, like, basically, it's kind of like their prime directive. It's like, well, we don't interfere with these comets, and Pike is like, well, we don't interfere with planets who might die. Like, we would save your planet if we saw that you guys were about to die. And they're like, well, if you try to interfere with this comet again, or if you try to save your people from off the comet, basically, like, they're stuck there, and if you try to interact with it, that's against the will of this Mahanit thing, Mahanit. And if you try to do that, we're going to kill you. And they're like way more technologically advanced than the Enterprise. So they're like, crap. What do we do? So they're kind of at a stalemate. Well, back on the planet, Uhura somehow, I think she's like humming a song to herself, and she's like, wait a minute. She's like, the cave here was glowing when I was humming. So she has Spock like harmonize with her, which is really silly because like Spock, like she's like, ooh, 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 and Spock is in the background. He's like, doody doo 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 doo. It's very silly, but it's almost one of those things that like Star Trek has used music before, to like do certain things, but like to have a character be like, oh, it's music, and music can be related to math signals, and I think I can figure out how to do this because music. It's like, I feel like that's just like the first, one of the first things that you would put into like if you had never written a story before, you're like, oh, music is actually the language that connects us all. Or how like love, love is what keeps us connected through time and space. If you get what I'm referencing there. Interstellar. Um, anyway, she figures out that that music is what this Mahanit thing actually talks with, and she basically uh, she basically talks to it or plays music to it or whatever to get it to lower the shields so that they can be beamed off the planet. So she decodes the music, and um, basically it's sentient, I guess, of some in some way or something. Um, and uh, I guess it infers that if it were to slam into the planet, it would kill everybody. So once Uhura and the team get beamed off, uh, the comet like releases a jet of water into the atmosphere, which changes the atmosphere of the planet a little bit, which is desolate and like desert. And it starts to rain on the planet. I kind of fell asleep at the end of this episode. I'm not gonna lie, it was just a little bit boring towards the end. um, so the planet gets better, and Pike ponders the origin of the comet and whether it was more than just a coincidence that they came across it. Um, he also thinks about the people that he's going to save in the future, he, um, which is what he calls, which is what he's going to do in the future, which is what deforms his face and stuff. So I don't know. Sorry, my communicator was going off. Not this one. My personal communicator, my pad device, was going off. So somebody was trying to get a hold of me, but I didn't recognize the signal. So I don't know who would be trying to talk to me. So anyway, that was the episode. I would give it probably maybe a 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10. It wasn't horrible. It was just a little silly. The actress who plays Uhura she's okay, but like I said, I think she tried to do the fish out of water type thing, and I don't know, maybe this was one of the earlier episodes that they filmed after she was cast, but I just wish she had more hair. I just wish she had like the updo or something close to it. Which I know later seasons she has more hair, or whatever. It's fine, but like she just I don't know. Her and Ortegas, she's just cocky and I don't know. I just I just don't like them. But um, Rebecca Romaine had a couple of lines in there where I don't know. They did have one girl who was doing she was doing Uhura's job, some ensign. I don't remember her name. Um, but she was competent acting. The chick who plays La'an, she was pretty competent this episode. Um, um, she reminds me of Daisy Ridley, not in her looks, but like in her voice. She's got a British accent, and she sounds really close to. She sounds really close to the way Daisy Ridley sounds, and that's I don't know. It's like that's weird. You guys sound almost exactly alike, but like I said, she did well. And the guy who plays Spock, there's something weird with his voice. Like he does have the same intonation in his voice that Leonard Nimoy had, but it's almost like he's putting on like a. It's almost like he's doing something with his voice like this. Like he's got like the low voice of Commander Spock or Mr. Spock, but like he's putting on something else around it. I don't know. He's not a bad actor. It's just it's kind of weird sounding, but I mean he's Spock as far as I can tell. So, oh shoot, that's what I was gonna do. But yeah, um, that was the episode that I watched. Which again, it wasn't horrible. It just wasn't like great. It wasn't. It wasn't terrible, I guess. So, whatever. But how's everybody feeling right now? Is everybody feeling loose and fancy free and fresh? Hold on, I gotta test something really quickly. Hold on. Yeah, our subspace signal is being blocked. So if you're getting any interferences, or if you're having a signal loss, it might be the subspace anomaly. So we'll have to. I'll work on that. I'll work on that. We'll see if we can clean up. Actually, let's see if we can clean up the subspace distortions here. Give me just a uno momento. I'm going to try to erect a force field here around the bridge. Give me a second. Nope. Those are wrong ones. Actually, let me nope, I'm getting a deny. That's really strange. Um hmm. Well, hold on. No? Well, you know what? We're gonna I'll I'll keep working on it. But yeah, that's okay. Uh hmm. Well, I'll tell you what. maybe we can. Let me try this. Computer, can you um, erect a force field around the bridge?
Authorization required.
Oh, uh, even though I'm a senior officer on the bridge?
Affirmative.
Okay. Can you run a diagnostic for me? Because I'm trying to basically deal with this subspace anomaly. Can you do that for me, please?
Affirmative.
Okay. Thank you. Um, so I guess we'll just wait for her to finish the diagnostic. Or not her, but we'll wait for the computer to finish the diagnostic. In the meantime, we will talk about War of the Worlds 2025.
Diagnostic complete. Sensors are functioning normally.
Oh. Um, well, hmm. Okay. Computer, can you tell me what the problem was?
Insufficient sensor data.
Insufficient sensor data. Okay, well, that's fine. Um, we will, I guess, we will just keep trying to work on it. Computer, is there any way that you can basically just fix the subspace distortions?
Unable to comply.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, well, you know what? We will move to just talking about War of the Worlds. Now, like I said earlier, we've got a video coming out, or I've got a video coming out. It's being edited as we speak. So eventually that will be out on the channel. It's just a regular old video where we talk about War of the Worlds, but it should be interesting to everybody, or it should be not interesting. I don't know who you are and what interests you, but I hope it's interesting to you. So if you enjoy it and you want to interact with it, you can leave a comment or something or whatever. And hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Go ahead and like the video right now and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but if you like the video, you should like it. Like that just tickles the algorithm a little bit and lets everybody know, hey, people want to watch this guy. I mean, I would like the video if I liked it. So, please. Anyway, War of the Worlds 2025. That's what you're all here for. You know, this should just be a War of the Worlds channel. Everybody wants to hear about that. If you've seen this movie, you already know. You already know that it is, it's a doozy. It is a doozy of a movie. Clearly came out during COVID. It's like Ice Cube. He's sitting in front of his computer the whole time, and he is just acting his butt off. He's not. He's really not. But he plays a guy named Will Radford. He works for the DHS, and he's basically helping the FBI go after this computer hacker. Because, computer hackers are a large problem for the FBI, I guess. And they need DHS to hunt these people down. So they're going after this guy named Disruptor, which is a really well thought out bad guy name. And essentially, meteors start hitting the Earth. Kind of follows the same plot of the movie, or of the original story, I mean. Aliens attack, and but there's one key difference in this one. It's that the main character is a black guy. No, that's not the main difference. The main difference is that the aliens are here not for people or our resources. They are here for our data. Like the bits of information, the ones and zeros that everything is controlled by. I guess they're here to eat our data in some way, shape, or form. I mean, you tell me if that makes sense. And essentially, this disruptor hacker has basically been trying to do a soft release of the information that he has. That basically the government knew that these aliens would come because there's this one secret program called Goliath, which essentially is like the Patriot Act on drugs, like on steroids, and it's like it's going to make spying on people like 100 times more effective. And by turning this on, it rings the dinner bell gong, and the aliens are like, "Oh snap! It's food time. We're ready to eat." Data apparently, and that's what calls them to the Earth. Um, and Will, or Ice Cube, he he thinks it's fake news. He thinks Goliath is a conspiracy theory. Um, and so he ends up doing a little bit of digging, and he discovers that Disruptor is actually his son. His son is named Dave, and he's a computer. He's a gamer, uh, which like the whole movie, Ice Cube uses his powers of the government and spying to like break the law and essentially spy on his kids and like his daughter's baby daddy to like make sure that they're going to work and trying to figure out where his daughter is. It's like, aren't you just like using the tools of the government to serve yourself mostly? Like the whole movie, he just breaks the law and like violates people's freedom, and then by the end of the movie, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna be watching the government. I'm a watchdog." It's like, okay, Aiden Pierce, what are you gonna black out? I don't know, whatever. But it's such a stupid movie. Like it's stupid, but it's fun to watch. Like The Room or um, Troll 2. It's one of those movies where you just the whole time you're just like, what is happening? This is silly. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. It's a little jarring because the editing, like you're looking at a computer screen the whole movie. And the computer screen is like, let's follow the mouse over here. 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 It's like he's clicking on things and typing stuff. It's like, it's just silly. And like at one point, they actually go to Amazon.com to order a USB drive. Like that's what saves the day is Amazon and an Amazon gift card, which is insane, because like obviously this movie, I think it was made by Amazon Studios. I think, or it's being produced. Well, it's distributed by Universal, but I'm pretty sure there's something to do with Amazon. Oh, it premiered on Amazon Prime. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah. So it's like they had to put in their Amazon of some sort, which, whatever. Um, so yeah, the whole movie is saved by the company that that is playing the movie. It's like if you go to a Regal Cinema or I can't remember another cinema from around the world. I don't know. It'd be like going to Aldi's or Greg's, and like they're like, "Hey, try our COVID shot or the flu shot, sponsored by Greg's or sponsored by Aldi or what's the one? There's one in England. It's like a food store. Tesco. It's like oh, here's the magic sword. I bought it at Tesco, or I bought it at Aldi's. Whatever. It's just silly, but anyway, this whole movie is just a goof bag. I mean, it's really just silly, and I enjoyed my time watching it. Hold the screen away from your face because you might get a headache, just because it's that goofy. But I really enjoyed the one plot point where the aliens have to physically stick their tentacles inside the buildings and then release these little spidery bugs, like robot bugs, which are the ones that actually eat the data or something. And it's like, if they're really after data, and this is something I bring out in my video, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but one of the things that gets me is that like, if they're here for data, the human brain can hold like vast amounts of information, and they don't like collect people like they do in the other previous versions or whatever. They don't like collect people up and like take them away or anything like that, which would be genuinely scary. Like aliens who like just scoop people up because they can, and there's no way to fight blah blah blah, fight back. That would be genuinely kind of terrifying if you got these giant 100-foot tall tripods that just scoop people up because they want to essentially eat their brains. Like giant zombie alien robots? Are you kidding me? That would be terrifying. But in this, no, they want to go after the Department of Homeland Security and like, what's the other one? They got like the. This isn't in the movie, but like it'd be like going after the Library of Congress and being like, we have to eat all the books. It's just silly. But like I said, they missed their opportunity of being like humans are like there's almost an humans are farmable, you know? Like if they collected up all the humans, they could, farm them and they have like an unlimited source of data, but like there's only so many data centers on the earth, and once they suck all those dry, it's like okay, well, yeah, you reset humanity back to zero, but like humanity is data. You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know. I just think it's silly, and it was an oversight on the part of the writers. But maybe they just wanted to do something different this time around. I don't know, but it was stupid, and I think it's also part of the soft disclosure that's happening right now about aliens. Because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. All this Star Trek stuff aside, there are no aliens. Just saying. Well, that's my beliefs anyway. So, anyway, definitely check the movie out. It's a fun watch, but I had a lot of fun watching it and getting screen grabs from it, which there should be several in the video that I'm working on. My editor and myself are collaborating on this one. He actually made my last edited video all on his own, and he did a wonderful job. In fact, this is probably a good time to look, see this down here? Tell Kawibo that he is a good boy. If you're watching right now, go ahead and throw it in the chat. Just tell Kawibo he's a good boy because he deserves the praise. He is a good boy. He really is. And he's a good editor. So he's worth all the money that I spent on him. Don't worry, buddy. Well, I'm going to get us out of here. So, yeah, in the chat, if you want to put in there, tell Kawibo, just tell him he's a good, just say, good boy, Kawibo. You're a good boy. Or not. It's cool. So, anyway, in case someone else has something to say, that's pretty much all I got for tonight. Let me see if, let's see if the computer can do anything else here. Let's see if she's, we got, okay. Computer, can you run another diagnostic on the subspace anomaly if possible, and see if there's some way we can erect a force field to make our live stream not do, well, lose picture and all that other stuff?
Affirmative.
Thank you. So we're going to wait for her to let us know if that's even possible. I'm going to run an algorithm real quick. Let me just... I'm going to run that one. And let's see if that algorithm works.
Input algorithm not accepted.
Okay. Well, computer, is there some way we can mess with the sensors?
Insufficient sensor data.
Man, sometimes she's loud and sometimes she's not. I don't understand that at all. But, oh, I got an idea. Okay. Computer, what if we were to launch a level 3 probe to somehow see if we could fix the subspace distortion? Is that possible?
Level 9 authorization required.
Level 9. I've only got level 3, so I guess that's not good. Let's see. Let's see. What's the clearance level to be able to launch a probe to be able to stop this stuff?
Priority clearance recognition Alpha 1.
Oh, it's got to be Alpha 1. Okay. Well, okay. I guess if you're still running that what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say, chat? Hey, Kuibo. No, I'm not going to do that. I can't talk about that. Okay. Hey, computer, how's that diagnostic coming along?
Diagnostic complete.
Oh.
Sensors are functioning normally.
Okay. Well, thanks. I guess that's all she can do. So. Oh. Okay. Well, that was a noise that just happened. I guess we will just end it there then. So, I am going to go replicate myself some dinner. So I hope everybody has a really good evening, the rest of their evening, and I hope we can do this again on Thursday. That's my goal anyway, is to be able to stream twice a week. That way, if I miss one, I'll always have a backup. So Thursday, I will definitely be streaming again. We can talk about another Strange New Worlds episode. And we could probably talk about Alien Earth. I know that premieres tonight, at least tonight, right? This evening in America. I don't know about worldwide, but it's on the FX channel. So I'll probably cover that. But yeah, I'll see everybody back here on the bridge or in my quarters this Thursday. And I might have a video releasing either this week, or if not this week, then maybe on the weekend. And if not on the weekend, sometime early next week. It all depends on if Kuibo gets enough praise to be told that he's a good boy. So, I'll leave that on you, chat. But that's all I got for tonight. So, like I said, I'll see you on the bridge next time. And as always, I'll see you next time. Kapla.